Okay, I currently am sitting at over 300 hours topside. I have 305. I have a 100,000 damage dealt to raiders and 527 knockouts. So to show you mostly how I run my kits really quick. Obviously, maxed out on level, maxed out workshops. All my decks are fully completed. This is how I ran my skill tree. Everybody's different. I don't do resets. So I didn't focus on extra loot. You get plenty of loot. I could care less about the mines. I don't really need intimate vaults, but I did go with the back on your feet, which has helped me a lot. If you're in a PvP fight and you run out of health, this will get you 30% health. Also, if you're running low on health, you can wait for this to kick in, and then when you get up to 30% health, then use a health to get you even further along. I've already, if you run this with the purple augment that gives you infinite shield charges, you could basically, if you wait for it to charge, always have 30% health and always have a fully charged shield without anything else. That's no health kits, there's no shield charges. So I felt like this was handy. And I can't tell you how many times I've been down and I've crawled back to my team in the middle of a PvP fight and gotten back up. So this is why I went with conditioning and maxed out my conditioning. Now, obviously, all skill trees are useful for different things and different playstyles. This is my personal playstyle. And I picked all the stuff that I felt like would help in PvP, like you need a higher weight. Um, and loaded arms takes weight down for your main weapons. If you're going to be PvPing, you're obviously going to be taking a lot of gear and a lot of heavy weapons. I already talked about being down. You can see I even put a little bit one up here into the mobility down one. You're going to need your stamina maxed out. It's a looting game. You're going to be doing a lot of running around. And this is basically how I have my skill tree. Um, Workshop, everything's completed. I have every single blueprint. These three blueprints aren't released yet. So I don't have those because they're not out. So I'm currently at 72 out of 75. You can see I got everything that is released at the current moment. If you go to my gunsmith, you can see I can craft Jupiter, Equalizer, Aphelion, Patina, Bobcat, Hallcracker, Volcano, Tempest. I can craft everything. Got all the mods to fully kit out your guns. Um, I can make all the looting image. Now, really quick, people like to ask what is the best augment to run with. So I'll give you a quick breakdown as a person who's PvP'd a lot and played a lot. I would have to say the aggressive one is good if you're running low on health. Like, let's say you don't have a lot of bandages available. Well, obviously, getting 2 health for every 5 seconds, fall damage or get shot when you're out of the fight, you can get your health back. I would only use this one if I was low on health. This flanking one, I would never use this, my personal opinion. Now, a lot of people, oh, well, not this looting one. I would never use this one either. The cautious one, I would never use that. These two are duds to me. Only use this one if I was low on health. Now, a lot of people like the survivor one because you have the 3 hidden pockets. It's the best for loot. This is the best augment for looting, hands down, but it's not the best augment to me, hands down. It's great not being able to get knocked and staying up that 75% so your teammates can get you back up. That definitely comes in handy. You have a large backpack, has a lot of slots. The 3 hidden pockets are clutch. But if we're going to talk about fighting PvP, this is not the best one for me. This is better than that. I could run a heavy shield, and you basically have infinite shield recharges. This one gives you free shield charges. As long as it's charged up, you would get another free. It says shield recharges to be used while running, but this one gives you a free shield charge every time it's charged. When you use it, it's a timer and it comes back. You can use it on yourself, you can use it on your team, and you can basically keep the shields up of you and your entire team without wasting any of your personal materials. And you can bring a heavy shield. You can't wear a heavy shield with the looting MK3 Survivor. So this would probably be better option for fighting. But if we're going to talk about the best one, the best kit, the best augment for PvP, I'm going with the tactical MK3 healing, hands down, and I'm gonna tell you why. It has 3 spots for healing stuff and 4 quick slot spots. Now, if you look at every one of these, none of them have more than 6 quick slot uses. This one has 7. So you have 7 things that you can keep in your quick slot for any situation, whether it be grappling hook, smoke bomb, shield charges, medical. There's no other augment that has 7 slots, and you still get 3 hidden pockets out of this. So you're still PvP fighting, and you're still gonna make it out with some loot, and you can wear the medium shield. This is my personal favorite. So I would say tactical healing, #1 PvP augment. Tactical MK3 defense is #2 PvP augment, and then the looting MK3 is the #3 healing augment. These are the ones that I would make. Now, if I'm just looting, pure looting, go with the survivor. That's fine. But if we're talking about PvP encounters, go with the tactical or go with the medical. That's my personal opinion on those. If we're going to talk about guns, favorite guns for PvP, a lot of people like the Tempest. I'm going to go with the Bettina because the Bettina has heavy ammo fire, and I can fight arc and I can PvP. Even when you're PvPing, you're going to have to deal with arc, and you don't want to get pushed by arc and only have medium or a light ammo weapon. That's my personal opinion, but the Tempest is awesome for PvP. The Bobcat's awesome. We can look at what my gear looks like. So this is my gear after 300 hours topside. Done pretty well for myself. PvE'd, PvP'd, got a decent collection for myself. Don't have no augments pre-crafted, don't have shields pre-crafted. Huge stash of weapons, bunch of Aphelions crafted. You notice I keep them fully kitted out. I think I only have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I only have like 4 Bettinas that aren't fully kitted out, and then everything else is fully kitted out. Now you see how I like to run my Bettina. I go with the silencer because these things are loud, and you can see my stability and my stealth is up. I go with the angle grip, padded stocks. That's how you're gonna find most of my Bettinas. Now I do have a couple that are kitted like this. And to me, this is the best way to kit it when you add a kinetic converter because it increases the fire rate, but it also adds vertical recoil. So that's why I have the muzzle brakes too on here to reduce that, to keep it firing stable with the added fire rate. And that's how I like to kit out my Bettinas. The silencer because they're loud. You don't want to draw attention. And you see I put stuff on them to keep them stable, keep them stealth. And I feel like this is the best way to kit out a Bettina. You get the extra reduced recoil, reduced vertical, reduced dispersion, and you keep it silent. You can see my stability is always maxed out. And I feel like this is the best way you want to kit out a Bettina. And this is how I kit out my Bobcats. You can see, obviously, you want the most ammo in a clip. I put the padded stocks on there. And I put the vertical recoil because the gun itself is, let's see, the gun itself, reduce horizontal vertical, reduce reload time, reduce max first. So we already have horizontal recoil, so we don't need more of that. And that's why if you look at how I got it, I added the vertical because it already comes with horizontal. And then we have this one which reduces horizontal and vertical. Now I didn't go with the silencers. It's a light ammo weapon, it's not that loud. I went with the extended barrel to give me a slight bit more range, because obviously being a light ammo SMG type weapon, the range isn't as great as you'd want it to be, and this helps out in that area. And it's not as loud as most guns. So as you can see, my Bobcats are all kitted out that way. And a level 4 Bobcat is $47,000 fully kitted. You can see at the bottom right there. That's an expensive gun. Even my fully kitted Bettinas don't go that high. But the Bobcats tend to have more slots, so it's worth more. Now, Hall Cracker are simple attachments. Now the Tempest, I do throw the silencer on, and as you can see, it has 50% reduced horizontal recoil. So we already have the horizontal recoil, so we don't need to mess with that. And that's why, again, I add the 40% vertical with the extended ammo, and I like to come silent. The silent death with my Tempest, basically. I don't want you to hone in exactly where I'm shooting from. And you see I got 37 bullets in one clip. That is a mean mammal gemma right there. You're gonna do great with PvP. You're gonna struggle with arc a little bit because it is medium mammal, but PvP devastation. Same thing with the bobcat. You don't want to really be fighting too many arc with the bobcat. If you can help it, maybe bring an anvil or something with you. And that's my how I kit out my tempest, and then this is how I kit out my volcanoes. Now some I have the choke and some I have the silencer. I do them about 50-50. Now the choke is obviously going to give you more range. You want the extended clip. Now if you're wondering why I have green stock 2 and a green angle grip, I did that purposely because when you go up to an angle grip 3 or a stock 3, you start to get deduction and like aim down sights. Like you get penalties for using the higher attachments, and I don't want a penalty like aim down sight when I'm using a shotgun, because shotguns up close, you want to be fast, you want to be quick. So I'm using stock 2s on purpose so I don't get penalized for the higher attachments. I don't want a penalty for aiming down sight, but I still want the reduced dispersion. So I purposely am using stock 2, angle grip 2 to avoid the penalties. And you see the choke will give you a little bit more range. And then the silencer, obviously, you're going to have a silent shotty, but I like having a little bit more range on my volcanoes. And then some I have the silencers, which is, still good. You get the stealth, you don't get that little bit more range, but you get kind of creep around on a dark map in the shadows. And again, I have the green stocks on all my shotguns because I don't want penalties for the higher attachments. And that's basically how I kit all my purple guns. Any renegade, I don't care too much about. They're hella accurate, but you always want the extra ammo in the clip for the long fights. I love Renegades for PvP. Anvil is probably the best PvP gun that is the cheapest option, meaning if you don't have the supplies or the blueprints to make stuff like Aphelions, Patinas, and Tempests and Bobcats, if you're not as rich, you haven't had 3 hours to 100 hours topside, I recommend you get good with this Anvil. The damage, the aim, the accuracy, you see, you don't even need attachments, bro. And if you want to know why I have so many Anvil 2s, I don't upgrade past Anvil 2. The reason being is you only need simple gun parts to upgrade your Anvil to a level 2. Once your Anvil is level 2, you have to use heavy gun parts if you want to upgrade them any further. I'm not wasting heavy gun parts. I use heavy gun parts to upgrade my volcanoes, my shotguns, and I use them for my patinas, and the patina is my favorite gun in the game. And so I'm not wasting heavy gun parts on these anvils. The only reason why I have level 4 anvils is because I've taken them off dead bodies. You can see the durabilities on them are all lower. And these are all guns I've taken during PvP. These are my enemies' guns. If you see the ones all 110, these are like the ones that I don't even craft, waste my time crafting them. I will buy them out the shop. You can get 3 every day. So you don't even have to have the blueprints unlocked. Anybody can get these guns. You purchase them out the shop, and they're very easy to get to level 2. You only need simple gun parts, and that's why I have so many level 2s. This is my favorite cheap option for PvP. This is an option that anybody can afford. You don't have to be rich, like have the volcano blueprint and the tempest blueprint and the bobcat and the patinas. You could right out the bag, you can go get you an anvil. And those would be my recommended kits and the recommended guns that I would use. And yeah, that's the advice and what you can get from a person you can clearly see has the 300 hours topside. I've down a decent amount, nothing too crazy, 527. And as you can see, I've given 100,000 damage to other raiders. So yeah, if you want advice with somebody who's been in the fights, that would be my advice on how to kit your guns. And have a good day. Please like and subscribe. If you want to see me in action, check out my channel. Plenty of other videos. Please like and subscribe. You'll see the videos coming out there. I got a lot of PvP stuff, some PvE stuff. And yes, definitely check it out. Appreciate you.